The Mionix Alioth, it's a mousepad with a long history, pretty much like any other Mionix product, but is it any good today? The Mionix Alioth has been on the market for a very long time, however the model that we have in this review is the new variant, part of the new series of Mionix products launched at the same time as the relaunch of the entire company on the market. This is the Alioth 2XL variant, but the Alioth is available in up to 6 variants, with the only differences between them being just the size. The 2XL model has a width of 1200mm or 47.2 inches and a height of 500mm or 19.7 inches. For pricing, the Alioth starts at €15 for the smallest variant and goes as high as €70 for the largest variant. The model featured in this review is the 2XL model and it is priced at €50. Not the most expensive mousepad in the world, but it's not the bargain of the century either, it's right in the middle of the market. In terms of the packaging, there is a box and that's it. If the cardboard is thick enough to protect the mousepad from direct scratches or punctures, then it's all good. And this box is good enough for its purpose. For the middle of the pack model, the 2XL is quite big and you can't really notice it at first, but it's long enough to cover a standard European palette. Moving away from the size of the mousemat, what makes the Alioth 2XL worth it? First, this mousepad is advertised as water resistant, and it is. Obviously, don't go using it underwater for hours, but it is not only resistant to most liquids, but it can be machine washed, so you can always have it cleaned in a couple of minutes. One great thing about this mousepad is that it has its edges stitched with what looks to be high quality textile wire. This will prevent the top surface of the pad from separating from the main body and will prevent any tearing or damage to the edges of the material. Speaking of materials, the surface of the Alioth 2XL and all variants of the Alioth, for that matter, is textile. It is soft and offers a good gliding motion for the mouse, no matter what scales you use on your mouse. The graphics used on the Alioth 2XL, as few as they are stitched into the textile surface of the mouse mat. This will pretty much guarantee that you will not lose them over time, especially after giving the mouse a good wash. The underside surface of the Alioth is good and has a rubberized coating that will prevent the mouse mat from slipping around on your desk. However, I am not so sure how this will fare in time, especially during multiple cycles of washing with hot water. The user experience with the Alioth 2XL is great. The mouse mat has nothing that will make me regret the purchase or my choice for that matter. It's large enough to cover many types of desks and tables and even a pallet. The surface is soft and pleasing to the touch, and because it's textile, I'm confident that it won't get damaged in time. And I'm talking about the logos and the edges of the mat. Those get destroyed first with most mousepads. Would the Alioth 2XL be good enough for you though? That depends. I am not really into large mouse mats and I find the 2XL variant to be large enough for my needs. However, there are people that want even more surface area with their mouse mat, so you could just buy the larger variant. If the price is not above what you'd like to spend on a mouse mat, that is. The issue with the pricing is that for the most part there are plenty of mouse mats available within this price range, and a lot of them have a good looking graphics and the same features offered by the Alioth, give or take. In addition, those competitor mouse mats have already been proven in usage, while the Alioth 2XL has yet to be used on a large scale, and I am talking of course about the new re-release variant of the mouse mat and not the old one. The Alioth 2XL is a goose mouth mat. It's simple in terms of the design and offers plenty of features that make it a good choice. It's water resistant, it has sewn edges that will drastically increase its lifespan, and more important than all, it has a textile surface instead of a silicone or cheap rubber. If it's good enough for you or not, that depends on what you require from a mouse mat. It is certainly not an RGB mouse mat, and it is not available in multiple colors. If you like this review, then you might consider subscribing for more, and if you want to support me in a direct way, then in the description below you will find the links for both the Patreon and the subscriber star pages of this channel.